Have you ever really stopped to think about what actually happens when you pass a piece of data to a function? It kind of feels like magic, right? You just hand it over. But it's not magic at all. It's more like a secret handshake, a very specific agreement on how information gets from one place to another. Today, we're going to decode that handshake and find out exactly how our functions handle the data we give them.
So, here's our game plan. We're going to start with the main problem, then get our vocabulary straight so we're all on the same page. After that, we'll dive into the two main ways this handshake happens, what I call the safe copy method and the direct link method. Then we'll put them head to head and, most importantly, talk about why understanding this can literally make or break your code.
All right, let's get right into it. The core dilemma. We write code, we call functions, we feed them data all day long. But what is really going on under the hood when that happens?
Is the function working on a perfect clone, leaving your original data completely safe and sound? Or does it get a direct line with the power to reach back and change your original variable forever? The answer to this question, it's honestly one of the most fundamental concepts in all of programming.
Okay, to really wrap our heads around this, let's use an analogy. Let's imagine your function is a specialist you've hired for a job. And to get that specialist the information they need, you have to send it through a mailroom. In this mailroom, there are two key terms we absolutely have to get right: parameters and arguments.
First up, you've got the parameter. So in our mailroom, this is the empty labeled box sitting on the specialist's desk. It's just waiting. In your code, that's the placeholder variable you write inside the function's parentheses when you define it. It's a box waiting for a package.
And the argument? Well, that's the actual thing you put inside the box and send off. It's the real concrete value, the number, the string, the object that you pass along when you call the function. It's the package that fills the parameter's empty box so the work can actually start.
Okay, so we've got our mailroom set up. Let's talk about the first delivery method. This one is all about safety. It's about making sure your original data is never ever at risk. We call this pass-by value.
The absolute best way to think about pass-by value is this. You're sending a photocopy. Before you mail that important document, you run to the copier, make a perfect duplicate, and you send that copy to the specialist. Your original document, it stays safely locked away in your filing cabinet, untouched.
So here's how that plays out under the hood. You've got your original data sitting in one spot in memory. When you call the function, the system creates a brand new copy of that data in a completely different spot. The function only gets to see and work with that new copy. It can scribble all over it, tear it into little pieces, do whatever it wants, and your original remains perfectly safe. Now, this photocopy method is fantastic for safety, right? It's super predictable, and it prevents those weird, hard-to-track bugs where data just magically seems to change out of nowhere. But, and this is a big but, there's a cost. Imagine trying to photocopy a 500-page book. It takes time, it takes paper. Same thing in your code. Copying huge amounts of data can be slow, and it eats up precious memory. But what if photocopying that 500-page book is just not going to work? What if you need raw speed and maximum efficiency? Well, that brings us to our second method, the one that creates a direct line to the original data. This is pass by reference.
So instead of sending a photocopy of what's inside the safe deposit box, pass by reference is like sending the key to the box itself. You're not sending the data, you're sending the address of the data. You're giving the function a way to get directly to the original.
Now check out how this process works. Instead of a big, clunky copy, the system just creates a tiny little reference, our key, that points straight to the original data. The function gets that key, and it uses it to open the vault and access the original. This is a huge deal because it means any change the function makes happens to the one and only original copy. There is no duplicate.
The upside here is obvious. This is blazingly fast and super efficient. You're just passing a tiny little key, not some giant chunk of data. But the risk? Whoa, the risk is massive. You have literally handed over the keys to the kingdom. If that function has a bug or does something unexpected, it can corrupt your original data, causing chaotic side effects that are an absolute nightmare to hunt down later.
So it's really crucial to see that neither of these methods is just better. They are different tools for different jobs. Let's put the photocopy and the keys side by side so we can see the trade-offs crystal clear. And here it is, the whole dilemma laid out on one table. With pass-by value, our photocopy, you get maximum safety, but you take a hit on performance and memory.
With pass by reference, the key, you get incredible speed and efficiency, but you're living on the edge, exposing your original data to risk. This is a classic engineering trade-off that every developer deals with.
So why does any of this really matter in the real world? Because this isn't just some academic exercise. Understanding this difference is one of the things that truly separates a novice programmer from a seasoned pro. It is all about being in complete control of your code.
It really boils down to this. Knowing this stuff gives you control. It's the control to prevent those spooky side effects that can haunt a project for weeks. It's the control to squeeze every last drop of performance out of your code when you're dealing with massive data sets. It is how you write code that is clean, predictable, and rock solid.
So from now on, I want you to think of yourself as the postmaster of your program. Every time you call a function, you are making a decision. You decide whether to send a safe but potentially costly photocopy or a lightning-fast but potentially risky key. Your choice directly shapes how your entire application behaves.
So I'm going to leave you with a question to chew on. Different languages, Python, Java, C++, JavaScript, they all handle this a little differently. Some default to the photocopy, some to the key, some give you a choice. So go do a little digging. How does your favorite language handle this secret handshake? And more importantly, why do you think its creators made that specific choice? The answer tells you a whole lot about the philosophy behind the language itself.